Hey there, boys and girls. Cursed Curator Monthly Content. They're covering some more Curations magazines. Today we're covering the Modern Screen. This is 1941, and this is the January issue. So, with my schedule lately, I've been doing good. This is for every day this week, and tomorrow, if you guys want to see some more content, go over to my other channel. It's my gaming channel. I'm covering some more Mario Kart and some look outside, and another game which I've been looking forward to playing. It's a older game. But enough about that. Let's hop right into this lovely content. So, you're my dream come true. So we'll of course be reading our usual amount. Not too many pages, but whatever intrigues me really, honestly. Don't risk the charm of your own precious smile. Help keep your gums firm, your teeth sparkling with apana and massage. In his eyes, she saw her hopes come true, and her heart beat fast to read his faults. How lovely, how truly lovely you are. Her moment of magic, but then she smiled and lost. For dull teeth, a lifeless smile, or a poor invitation to love and romance. That is true. This is still true even now, but for some reason people have lost their common sense and they still hit. Yes, it's a tragic indeed. For a girl to let her beauty be dimmed by a dull and dingy smile, and often so needless. If you would make yours a smile that invites and never repels, heed this expert advice. Give your gums as well as your teeth regular daily care, and never ignore the warning of pink toothbrush. Um, so I believe pink toothbrush, and I still believe this. I mean, I could be wrong, but pink toothbrush is basically when you are brushing your teeth and your teeth are bleeding, or rather, not your teeth, but your gums are bleeding. Um, um, Meaning. So I just want to confirm, oh, so it's a sign of gum disease, or rather, gingivitis. Okay, that's what it means. I just want to be sure, I'd look it up. That tinge of pink may not mean serious trouble, but the minute you see it, see your dentist. He may simply tell you that your gums have denied hard chewing by today's soft foods, have become weak and flabby from lack of exercise. And like so many dentists these days, he may suggest a helpful simulation of apana and massage. For apana with massage is specially designed to aid the gums to health as well as to clean teeth thoroughly. So every time you brush your teeth, massage a little extra apana onto your gums. Feel the invigorating tang exclusive with apana massage. Apana and massage. It tells you that gum circulation is improving, stimulating gum tissues, helping gums to sounder health. Uh, was Apana um with massage actually useful? No. Apana toothpaste gum massage method was largely a marketing gimmick. The FTC ruled in 1940s that Apana massage cannot actually cure or prevent pink toothbrush. Okay, we are being scammed, people. It's always good to expose these things. Try Apana toothpaste today and begin now the faithful everyday use of Apana and massage. See for yourself how much this sound and sensible dental habit helps make your gums stronger and firmer, your teeth brighter, and your smile more radiantly attractive. Get the new DD toothbrush too, specially designed with the twisted handle for more thorough cleaning, more effective gum massage, a plus for aiding your smile. Um, of course, as we have confirmed, this was a fucking gimmick. um, this is actually the company that actually made it is actually still around today. It's a Bristol Myers company. Obviously, this is no longer shown anymore. Thank goodness. It should never be around anymore. This is a blatant scam. It's a little gimmick. So we have. Let's go back for a second. So we have. Sorry, I just want to get all the blue away. So here's our things for today. We have Dearest Olivia and Joan. How love has changed. A right guy. Take care of yourself, my darling. Paging Dennis Morgan. It's idle gossip, says or Betty, depending who you ask. It's all over but the shouting. The doctor views his case. It's an old Southern custom. Hollywood's bankrupt genius and confessions of a campus cutie. Hmm. So these are our stories. I might read one of these. At least like one or two. So the ones that intrigued me, um, Confessions of a Campus Cutie, which is page 68. Uh, Campus Cutie, and I think, it's an old Southern custom. Um, Southern custom, page 46. Let's see what else we got here. Fashion, woolly witchery, under mistletoe, well dressed and undressed, prop shop. So I want to get as much awesome reading done for today. I'm thinking, since it's kind of close in here, we'll go for page 8, woolly witchery. Page 8. Sorry, I was marking down each of the pages on my other monitor. And for features, we have a number of features. Lucky stars. I you know what? I'll gather that too. Page 6. Lucky stars. Uh, good news. Page 54. One thing I actually might do from now on is, like, before I actually start like reading it to you guys, I'll go through like to this section, and I'll note down each page I actually want to go to, and I'll read it, I'll read it like that. It'll save us some awesome time. And the movie scoreboard, because I actually love those. To see, 'cause obviously I already done 1941, and eventually, obviously, I'm going to be doing 1942, and I just want to see all that. So not next week, but the week after that, you'll be seeing a new media recording, which is obviously for 1942. So we have everything that I want to do. So we'll just go to the nearest page, which is page 6. So this page. So let's see this bad boy. Lucia Carroll, Tanya Wadron, Patricia Von Cleve, Kay Leslie, Jane Hazard, or Hoizard? I think it's Hazard. Marilyn Merrick, Lorraine Elliott, Lois Ranson, Joan Leslie, Peggy Diggins, Ella Bryan, and Gabe Parks, and Sheila Ryan. I'm gonna be honest, I don't recall hearing any of these people's names before. But you know what? It could be cool to like research them one day. We'll see. After a 10-year lapse, the Wampus Baby Star contest sprang to life again and painted an encouraging finger at the Iguanes, most likely to seed in 1941. Luck and Justice favored a dark Trezess, an average of 115 pounds, 5'4", 18 years of age, 24 and a half weight. Okay, you get the gist. Guests of honor at the affair were past Wampus stars, the majority of whom well established in pictures just a year or two after the contest. One such instance was Dolores Del Rio, who confided that she was amazed at the talent displayed by this year's crop. Said she, in her day, the babies had a beauty, but none of the stage experience and ability to sing, dance, and emote that these kids have. So, you see all of their names here. This is, a quite young group of people. The youngest obviously is 16, but the oldest is like 24. So, obviously, they're going for a thing here. There's a famine. It's here, thundering story that challenges all filmdom to match its excitement. Iron rails to Kansas, iron nerves from there on. Oh yeah, look at the drip. Errol Flynn, it's our boy. Santa Fe Trail. I don't think we actually saw that one for 1941. Although I'm not even sure if this movie came out in 1941. You know what? We'll see. Okay, yeah, it's in 1940 when it came out. I might not have seen that one. I can't remember. It's been a while, guys. I'm sorry. So that is that for. Oh, we're on the very next one. So we're going to be reading Woolly Witchery, which is I already decided upon. I mean, it looks cool. I'm kind of intrigued. It's like something my grandmother, like my great grandmother, was actually wearing back in the day, for real. Witches don't have a monopoly on sorcery nowadays. Travel enchanting on your own wardrobe with these hand knit togs. What the fuck's a tog? I don't know. What's a tog? What's a tog? Oh. Okay. They'll add a cauldron of oomph to every skirt, jacket, and coat, and people's eyebrows will up when they see you've conjured it all with an innocent pair of knitting needles. Don't break the spell and tell them, but it's easy as pie. I cannot word. We send you directions for every blessed move you have to make, so you can't possibly fall into the pearly deep. And the price is the most bewitching fact of all. Practically all you do is rub a few pennies together to obtain the yarn. And when you're finished, you can make it magic from daybreak till next morning's milkman and chunky Cocko of the I'm fucking sorry. Cock of the walk. That's a fucking phrase. Or Glengarry scarf and cap for special occasions like your best beans cocktail party. Go to Cersei like in Cafe Society. And for more informal bedevilment, verb up your blacks and browns with Gala Mexicana. I'm sorry, cock over walk. Cock over walk. You know what? We're wording it here. I'm just so confused. The wording phrases here. It actually and like pennies for yarn. My boy, you're not spending pennies for yarn anymore. Oh my lord. 1228. As quick as you can say mumbo jumbo, you can whip up this sturdy cable stitch cock over walk in a variety of shapes. 1190. Only a wizard could design this festive zippered Mexicana cardigan, but it's simple to make in the smart new Gypsy knit stitch. 2389. Cast a spell on your special date with Glengarry scarf and bonny cap. Crocheted of bunny soft yarn and a choice of colors. 1223. It doesn't take voodoo to knit Cafe Society. A lacy free-colored sweater blouse with scallops yoke elegant by day and by night. Okay, this is all. I love it when it gets me to laugh like this. It's always amusing. Let's go. So our next page up is page 46. So it's kind of deep in here. So let's skip ahead. Oh Lord, let me get my OBS on the other page. Otherwise, I'm gonna freak out. So we're gonna try our best to read off a story eventually through here. An undressed. Oh my. Please no nudity. Okay, so it's an old sovereign custom, which is our next one. Okay, first and foremost, water. This is rather provocative, but it's not that bad. It's an old sovereign custom. This business of making people laugh is one of a dozen swell sovereign traditions. I have heard that some people are quite funny. But darling, it's so simple. And sovereign exploited? To the feverish and bewildered carpenter, all you have to do is move the walls out 8 feet and put in a new floor and raise the roof. She sighed complacently, smiled sweetly, and gave herself over to a completely new set of musings. As far as Anne was concerned, the little problem of enlarging her room had been solved. Needless to say, in a couple of weeks, the room was handsomely altered, and in due time, Anne's Crescent Drive house, formerly occupied by the Ritz brothers, had developed into a show place. She knows what she wants, this lady, and she usually gets it. Make no mistake in classifying Anne. Despite that ridiculously turned up nose, bee-stung lips that rate her most kissable to Franchot tone, Burgess Meredith, Robert Young, Francis Lerner, and Caesar Romero in the movies, of course. Anne Severin is an I this word is so annoying. Ingenious. I'm going with that. I said it wrong. I don't care about. So, she's an individual as gowned by Sharparley, as friendly as a neighbor's kitten, and as ambitious as Wendell Wilk. She firmly believes that anything is possible, and 9 times out of 10 she proves the truth out of that conviction. While Maisie made her what she is today, Anne is nothing like her screen self. Maisie has all of Anne's sovereign's fine qualities, but Anne has None of Malzy's or Maisie's bad ones. For original, Anne is a fine student. Her prized possessions are medals for original piano compositions. She's the last word in chic and femininity. She stands for meticulous living, but she has grown to depend a lot on the slap happy Maze or Maisie. Recently, when Anne and Mrs. Ray, Millen visited New York, Maisie was really a heroine, but let Anne tell it in her own melodramatic way. We had dinner at Ruby Foe's. Then we went to see Foreign Correspondent. We were so thirsty by the time we finally got out, we just had to have a drink. Well, we stopped and asked a policeman where we could buy a soda. He gave us that, oh yeah, kind of look, and hit us on our way. Finally, we found a drugstore, still open, way over on the other side of town. We leaned out of the car window and asked another policeman who was standing on the corner where they sold ice cream and sodas. He gave us a knowing wink and assured us we could certainly get a soda. Ben went whistling on his way. By the time we were laughing so hard we almost fell out of the window, out of the car. Excuse me. Just as we started to cross the street, I felt someone grab my arm. Turning, I looked into the toughest face I've ever seen. So you're looking for an ice cream soda, eh? He said knowingly. As he gave my arm a familiar squeeze. Suddenly, and quite unexpectedly, I became Maisie Revere. On your way, brother, I yelled in a voice that sounded like Wally Beery's. She was as surprised as the man. He backed away and tipped his hat. You never saw anyone so taken aback. We laughed about that incident for days, and I've had a great respect for Maisie ever since. If Anne's sovereign didn't possess a natural level down to earthness, she never would have been able to breathe her lust for life into Maisie. Yet she sees herself as a glamour girl. Actually, she looks the part. Those Bernard Newman gowns leave little to the imagination. She goes in for bizarre jewelry and hairdos that look like French pastry. She's everything Hollywood. Continue on page 62. So we'll go back to that. Or if you guys are interested, you can go always take a gander at that. The next up for me is page 54, but of course it's never like that. Obviously, it's never that easy. Good news. I don't believe I went with good news. It's the cutie. I'm looking. Oh, here we go. The campus cutie. So let me remove that from my. Wait, that's page 68. You know what? Whatever. Oh, so I am looking for good news. Hold on. Let me go back to You know what? We're already here. Let's just read it. It's always out of order with me. Of the Confessions of a Campus Cutie. I think that's what it says. Betty Grable, the long-stemmed American beauty, looks back on her heyday, the Hey days by James Carson. In Down Argentine Way, Betty, seen here with her co-star Don Amachi, has the Ginger Rogerish sort of role she always wanted. Take a good look here. I've been taking dance lessons. Wait, I just want to make sure I'm reading this the right way. So I think I did skip. No, it was the quote, or rather a caption. Director Wild Bill Wellman is Betty's second favorite conga partner, but Fred Astaire has a slight edge on him. I always love these little mustaches the guys had back then. Betty Grable didn't get a chance to go to college, but don't worry about her. She'll get by. She's one of one little cookie who will always get by. She has known which the score is to hear her tell it for many a day. Wow, I cannot read. What the hell? I've been in Hollywood 11 years now, she says. That's a lot of years. I think I know how to handle the town. I think I know the angles. 11 years. It doesn't make sense. Why the kids only? How old are you, Betty? 23. I started in the movie business when I was 11 at Fox. It was back in 1929 Betty arrived in town with her mother. They were on vacation from St. Louis. Somebody mentioned that Fox was looking for specialty dancers for a movie called Let's Go Places. Back home, Betty had been taking dancing lessons since she was 5. She thought it would be fun to try for the movie job. She made a test but the studio said it wasn't good enough. However, they did need some chorus girls for a picture called Happy Days. So Betty Grable, age 11, lied valiantly about herself, says that she was going on 15 and got away with it. That's actually was a very common thing with a lot of actors and actresses back then. They were too young or too old. They would just lie. I mean, fair, really. It was a good omen. Happy Days. It was a good omen. Betty's first movie, beginning of a new life. She stayed at Fox 18 months. Then somebody raised a rumpus about too many minors on the lot, and all of them got thrown out, Betty included. Out of Fox, about a minute and a half, she got a job singing with Ted Theo's Rito's band. That kept her in the public's eye. More important, it kept her in the producer's eyes. Pretty soon, RKO was getting ready to shoot a picture called The Gay Divorcee, starring Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire. I'm pretty sure me and Oz actually saw this one. Pretty sure. They wanted a girl in it to sing a number with Edward Everett Horton, Let's Knock Knees. Betty got the job, also in RKO's studio contract. She still wasn't started. She kept moving, but nothing important happened. Nothing big. After 3 years, RKO dropped her. And wouldn't you know, that just at this time, Paramount was starting a whole new slew of college pictures. Betty moved in. She became Josephine College, the girl with $1 million legs, the campus cutie. But 2 years later, she graduated. In other words, she was out of a job. Lots of ups and downs, huh? Not so many downs, really. Changes, maybe, but not tough spots. In all her 11 years of pictures, she had been off the payroll only 2 months. Not bad. That's actually amazing. Because at least now in the modern day, at least from what I understand from a lot of people I went to school with, they're struggling to like get even a foot in to like most industries, including acting and stuff like that. After Paramount, she went out on a personal apprentice tour. Appearance tour. Wow, look at me. I can read. Tour with Jack Haley. Buddy D. Silva saw her in San Francisco. He was casting, and that's where that's going to be ending there. And we're going back to good news, which is a few pages backwards. As always, that's some bait there if you guys want to gander at it yourself. Okay, here's good news. Oh, this is a long one. That's okay. We'll read it anyway. There's yourself a peek at the Hollywood scene through our foolproof keyhole. Good news. Okay, so this is a bunch of things here. I'll read like one or two of these before we go to the movie score. We're about like 20 plus minutes into this already. Raph goes bye-bye. George Raff has his suits cleaned. He doesn't have to. He just wears an outfit a half a dozen times or so and passes it on to a friend. According to tailors, Marani and Davis, it's this little habit that enables Mr. Raff to annually run through dirty suits at $140 per. Jeez! 4 top coats, 150. Oh my god, damn! This is what they mean by rich people going crazy with their stuff, man. 150, 250s each. 5 sports jackets, $100 each. 2 tuxedos, $125 each, and 10 pairs of slacks, about $40 each. That's not as bad. Well, it's inflation. It's still a lot. Marani and Davis stitch all these fancy duds, and for years have been authorities on the framed raft wardrobe. They kept George in the pink of fashion, long before he could keep himself financially, that is, because they knew he'd be a winner someday. And today, he's their best cash customer. From them, we learned that George is such a clothes-conscious fuzz budget, he spends entire days having the button on a coat shifted until they set right. He refuses to wear green. He insists on tails 2 inches longer than the conventional length to give him height. He never wears a vest, and no matter how successful a third fitting is, he demands at least 6. Since George is their pet, that doesn't sound good, Marani and Davis don't mind humoring him. To keep him happy, they even send their sales manager up to the Raft home once a week for an afternoon of ball singing with baseball baddie, Mr. R. Okay, it's always interesting to see how these actors, actresses, starlets are, when they're out on the screen. This guy sounds like insufferable to me, but maybe I'm wrong. Bottle Baby. Don't be surprised if a major studio and one of its top female stars part company shortly. The ladies has been hitting the bottle with too much vigor lately, and the studio is tired of covering up for her. Her last severe cold, the third in a few months, was nothing more than a good old fashioned case of DTs and held up an expensive production for several days. Her bosses don't think it will influence her much, but they've been warned to starve next time she slips. They'll buy her case of hooch and send her home forever. So I'm guessing this is like a bunch of stories that allude to actors and actresses of the time. At least in the case of Brass, that's obviously an actor, probably, or maybe some bullshit. Who knows? So we're gonna go to page 72, and we're just gonna read off the movie scores. I like the movie scores, man. They're cool. Ah, you smoking yet? If you watch Family Guy, you know what I mean. Got some puzzles here. Here we go to the movie scoreboard. I actually wish I wrote down my scores for the movies I've seen. Okay, so it's making itself a little better. So here's a bunch of movies that I probably haven't seen, or movies I've seen too. Which I mean, it's always cool to see these scores. It lets me go back and like watch it myself to see if these guys aren't being bullshit, basically. So the highest score I've seen thus far is a 4. So I wonder how the okay. So here we go. 4 means very good. 3 means good. 2 means fair. 1 means poor. So these they said the picture is recommended for children as well as adults. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So what I'm seeing here is a lot of 2s, which is fair. And that number of threes. Well, I'm hoping to see some 4s here, so I can actually like watch it. Long Voyage Home by United Artists. Okay, that's a 4. And The Young Tom Edison, which is a 4. I'll probably like watch these for like a 1 and done. Rebecca, I do recall seeing Rebecca. It was a good movie. Pinocchio, of course it's good. It's goaded. Our Town, Northwest Passage. You know what? I'm gonna leave it as an idea, and I'll watch one of these 4 like ranking movies. As a 4, and I will do a 1 and done based on one of them. I don't know which yet, but I'm kind of feeling the Immortal Storm. It seems like the name just sounds badass in my eyes. And maybe I'll also gander at the worst movie. But I don't see a 1 on here at all. So I'll just pick one of the 2s, and I'll you know what, this will be fine. So we've been going for almost like 30 minutes now. So I'll just end it off here. If you guys want to see any of the things I've done here, that I've read, or you're curious, I'll leave down in the description. The link to this lovely magazine. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Please like, please like, subscribe for more. In peace.